Okay. Let's see. I already got the crystal flies. Huh. So, let's see. There's supposed to be a new weekly boss fight, right? I think, fighting Arlecchino. Actually, no. I kind of thought that this version was actually a main story, but whatever. I'm going to fish. Yeah, what's Lenny doing here? Also, is my frame rate? Maybe I need to turn down graphic settings. I don't know. I haven't streamed Genshin before. To borrow one of the more popular turns of phrase at the moment, this appears to be quite the fated reunion. Running into you out of the blue like this has really made my day. I certainly wasn't expecting it. You can say that again. What brings you to fish?
実は家でちょっとしたトラブルがあってね。リネットとフレミネも来た。ああ、ハウスオブハースの大半がこっちに移ってきたよ。君も気づいたでしょ。ボア村長にこんなにたくさん越して。それは興味があるようであれば。
Oh, hello. Appeared out of nowhere. Since the two of you are so curious, perhaps I can fill in the gaps. No one's gonna be. Yep.
お父様、いらっしゃったんですね。オイラたち。緊張することはない。それに君たちが心中に疑念を抱いていることも知っている。お気持ちはわかる。何せ君たちは今まで、だが少なくとも今はやり合う理由がない。それにこの一件については特に言えない秘密もない。担当直。どんな噂なんだ？
Internal matter. I don't actually remember a whole lot from the 4.6 trailer. Phantom Child. Is that the thing? That was the topic of why Fremne was fighting against Arlecchino, right? I don't know. I don't like either of these two dialogue options. だから子供たちをポア村長に移し、もしもまだ気になることや心配事があるのなら、しばらくここに滞在して探ってくれても構わない。リネ、客人のもてなしは任せた。はい、音。Alright. 僕も君たちをハウスオブハースに招待。君たちの名前はハウスオブハースでもいい。もしよかったらおしゃべりしていかないか。ああ、いいぜ。特に用事もないしな。でも先に言っとく。もうPaimon's always thinking about food. ポア村長の一角を借りて住んでるから。ここの人を Fishing in fish. さあ、まずは The hearth flame goes out. Alright. I'll just turn some things down.
I don't know, whatever. Oh goodness. Maybe I need to turn some more things down. Fine. Oh. Really? Alright, well I'm not gonna restart my client now. Oh. Where's my frame rate? Maybe need to close some other things. I'm running a VM right now because I was doing some coding earlier. Maybe I need to close my VM. Get status. Okay, I have everything saved. Just give me a few moments. Come on. Come on. Alright. Okay. So is that up or it's down? Rented this house from one of the locals as a temporary base. Okay.
さっき君たちと会った時、僕はボア村長に滞在している子はかなり多いから、時々日用品。なるほどな。お前たちに関する噂はいっぱい聞くけど、普段の様子を見られる。もちろんいいよ。
So, let's see. Is Arlecchino really actually crazy or nah? Because all the recent material are like saying she's a caring father, caring parent. Well, maybe she is, but she still has a crazy side. I don't know. Going off of Child's and Wanderer's lines.
全部ここだよ。もしもし。どうしたの？ぼーっとしちゃって。
No. Who the frick are you? Oh. That was awkward. Paimon, you did like nothing. What the frick?
一気に囲まれたら。オイラたちは大丈夫。もちろんだ。君たちはリネを旅人の兄ちゃんは力が強くて大きな山も動かせるんだって。
What? Okay. Alright, I mean, I'm not gonna object to that. Paimon does only think about food, so... we don't need something like that. Besides, we don't have anything to give to you. Come on, we insist. We can give you some... I can give you some of my new potions. Just pick your poison. And by that, I mean medicine or actual poison. I've got both. What the frick? Okay. Or maybe Chiplo can teach you guys about stealth. He's super good at it. He's never been caught. Throw back to the old Mondstadt quest where you're trying to steal the lyre from the church. Oh no, that's not a bad idea. I know you usually prefer to fight head-on, but it never hurts to expand your bag of tricks, right? When it comes to eliminating your enemies, staying quiet can go a long way. Trust me, I would know. I was poisoned not too long ago and I'm still dealing with after effects, so I'm not quite as good as I was before, but I can still give you some pointers. Wait, when you said gifts, Paimon didn't think you meant poison and stealth tactics. But those are the best things I can give you. You don't like them? Oh, how about this? Tell me the name of somebody who really annoys you and I'll teach him a lesson for you. Frick, I was gonna say the one who separated the siblings, but we don't actually have that entity's name. Okay, I'll give you the name Paimon then. The dangerous suggestions keep on coming one after another. You start to get a bit overwhelmed. Alright, Folds. Lawyer. I think that's enough suggestions for now. When it comes to being a good host, it's the thought that counts. You don't need a physical gift to make our guests happy. In fact, pestering them with suggestion after suggestion might make them more annoyed than anything. I would say your enthusiasm has certainly gone across. Awesome. It's been so long since we've had guests to play with. If there's anything you need, just let us know. Yeah, especially if it's poison or something. I've got all sorts of potions for that. Yeah. Very, very peculiar. Not particular, peculiar orphanage. Well. We'll talk to you all later. We've still got supplies to distribute. Alright, see you later. Lenny, about all that poison and stealth tactics just now. Scared you, did it? That kind of talk comes with being part of the House of the Hearth. When Folds was really young, he strangled all of his family pets just out of curiosity. Whoa. Whoa. That sounds like psychopathy. Psychopathy? I don't know. I don't know. Psychopath, sociopath. He looks proud of it. He was labeled as a dangerous problem child and was abandoned by his family. Hiluar has an unnatural obsession with potions. Father has forbidden her from trying all the different concoctions she comes up with, but she still tries to test them in secret. You really have to keep an eye on that one. Chaplo is around my age. While I'm mainly responsible for collecting intelligence, he handles surveillance. He's very passionate about his work and has no reservations about taking on some very difficult missions. I know you two probably aren't used to that kind of talk, but I can promise you they only had the best of intentions. Things like stealth tactics and developing different poisons, they really mean a lot to them. They're just trying to share the best of what they could offer, that's all. Child soldiers, basically. How many versions has it been since we got an Archon quest? I don't remember these things. Surely we're getting some next version, right? Filial, supplies are here. Thanks, and who are these two outsiders? Allow me to introduce you. This is Volt and Paimon. Oh, you're the famous dude I've been hearing so much about. It's nice to meet you. I heard you traveled to all sorts of places. Is that true? Of course, we're making our way all across Tibet. Oh, good for you. You must be pretty familiar with Fontaine by now, then. Have you seen the new opera that started running recently? I think it's called The 4,000 Thieves? Question mark? This is the first we've heard of it. Seems like it's going to be fantastic from what I've been able to tell from the posters anyway. You should definitely check it out if you have the time. Oh, and there's the Blind Maiden too. That one is supposed to have audience interaction. Seems pretty interesting. Does he spend some time talking about popular culture, the atmosphere, something. After this mission is over, I think I'll go get a manicure. Maybe I should dye my hair. I wonder how much it'll cost. Is it just Paimon, or do these two seem much easier to get along with than the others? Looks like the House of Hearth has some normal, quote, normal members after all. I heard that. Yeah. Shut the frick up, Paimon.
ポルツたちのことだろ。別に
あのイカれた奴ら。
I bet those crazies are practically foaming at the mouth right now. I'm sure that they just can't wait to get back to Shinazunai to carry out the plan. That's enough, Julio. Don't talk about family members behind their back, right? Whatever, let's go. I guess this is goodbye then. If you ever have some time, we should go see the opera together. Not interested. Well, that's it for the supplies. We should probably head back as well. What am I doing here? Well, they didn't seem happy with each other. Seems like there could be something more going on here. It's better not to pry. My frame rate is still going. What the heck? So, what do you think of the members you've met so far? They've certainly got a lot of personality. Well, Father is always encouraging us to be strong-willed and independent. So there's one thing we've got, it's people who aren't afraid to speak their mind. Well, I should probably get cooking. Want to join? Yeah, how much cooking do you actually do, Paimon? Shut the frick up. Okay, it's Fremne. Now let's head out, huh? Fremne, what are you doing here? Looking at a crate. Well, Fremne, nice to see you again. You too, I heard you here as guest of the House of the Hearth. Welcome. We're just going to make some food. Why don't you come along? I could use some help in the kitchen, and I seem to remember you mentioning you wanted to make seafood soup for Volt and Paimon. Seafood soup? Paimon's drooling already. Shut the frick up. Are you looking for something just now from me? Maybe I can help. It's nothing. I just wanted to see if there are any extra supplies. Yeah, we've got some left over. What do you need? Some food and water and some clean cloth if possible. For bandages? Is this about that Phantom Kid or whatever? No problem. Give me a second here. Food, water. Wait a minute. What do you need all this for? You're not on any missions as far as I'm aware, and you're just going to come to eat with us. So what's this all about? I thought I'd grab an extra portion because I got hungry at night. I'm growing, you know, and... You remember what I told you? You're not like me. Your lying skills still need some work. And what's going on? Is it really bad enough that you have to keep it from your own brother? This is the first time I've seen that kind of look on your face. Whatever happened? Does it have something to do with Father? Yes. Just follow me. I hope the audio's alright. Is this upper? Yeah. Who's this? You're back. Oh, and you brought some friends with you this time. Oh, my name's Lenny. I grew up in the House of the Hearth. And you are? Hi, Lenny. I'm also the child of the House of the Hearth. That's a new model. I'm also a child of House of the Hearth, just like you. You can call me Clairvite. What the frick? Didn't this kid die? Wasn't this kid, like, killed by Arlecchino? I'm assuming she was forced to fight the others in the House of the Hearth when Arlecchino was also an orphan there. Hervey. Does Lenny know anything about this? It's nice to meet you. Does that name ring any bells, Lenny? No, not at all. There's not a name we have on our roster, I'm sure of it. What I'm not sure of, though, is how she managed to sneak in. She must be the Phantom Child Father has been searching for. From the looks of it, I'm guessing you were the one that found her, Fremne. You, haven't told Father, have you? No, I haven't told anyone. I've just been keeping her hidden. For how long? About half a month now. So ever since we got to fish then, do you have any idea what you're doing? I know what I'm doing.
お父様が探して
Really,
る人を
because from
かば
where
ってる
I'm
んだ
standing, it looks like you're hiding the very person father has been trying to find. If father finds out about this, everyone involved is gonna get punished. You know the rules of the house, Fremne. I know you do. Father doesn't tolerate any form of betrayal, so why are you doing this? I've thought it through, and I just can't hand her over like that. Lenny, don't you remember last year at Chaplu? Chaplu nearly died after getting poisoned during that one mission. He wasn't able to get back before the poison started taking effect, and not a single person was there to help him. That night, while I was sleeping, I heard a voice telling me to go save him. I opened my eyes, but I couldn't find the source of the voice. I thought maybe I was just hearing things, but I went to look for him anyway. Luckily, I got there with enough time to save his life. That feeling of being haunted, of hearing voices, it's happened many times in the House of the Hearth. I'm sure you've noticed. So what you're saying is that that was her, she was the one who spoke to you that night? Unless there are other spirits roaming around the House of the Hearth, I don't think there's any other possibility. If Clarview were our enemy, it wouldn't matter whether she was a spirit or an actual child. I would have acted without a second thought because that's what Father ordered us to do. But she's been living with us, helping us from the shadows all this time. I think that makes her family. I couldn't just hand her over to be dealt with, not when there's so much we still don't know. So what's your plan then? You can't keep her here forever. Someone is bound to find out eventually. I haven't thought that far yet. I don't want to disobey an order from Father, but I also don't want to put Clarview in danger. Come with me. There are a couple things I'd like to say to you in private. Here we go. What's the term? Dramatic irony? Incoming? Dramatic irony incoming? Those two sure care about a lot about each other. Blah. So, reincarnated or spirit? Who knows? I also just kind of realized, that her hairstyle's a bit like Firefly's, I think, from Honkai Star Rail. At least the headband. I don't know. Well, they got a funny way of showing it. From where Paimon was floating, it sure seemed they were about to bite each other's heads off. No way. They really have a deep bond, I could tell right away, because I also have a friend like that. You do or you did? What's that, Arlecchino? I just don't know how long that kind of bond can last. What do you mean? The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive. I'm sorry, Lenny. I really didn't mean to drag anyone else into this. Oh, really? You didn't mean to? Because I, for one, wish you did. Huh? What do you mean? You know, when we were younger, you didn't call me Lenny. You called me brother, just like Lynette. We grew up together, the three of us. We were all orphans, all rescued by Father. Of all the siblings in the House of the Hearth, I think our bond was the closest. Later on, when you started calling me Lenny, I wasn't actually surprised. After all, Lynette and I are related by blood. We've had to depend on each other to survive long before we joined the house. Lenny, the darkest and most difficult moments of my life happened before you and I had ever met. I'm sure that's true for you as well. Even so, Fremne. We've stood by each other all these years now, and to me that means more than blood. You and Lynette are the most important people in my life. No one can replace you, so I won't let you face anything alone, not if I can help it. No, looks like things are kind of getting heated between Linny and Fremne. Maybe we should go check on them. Rain? What are you talking about? We're in a cave. Heh. Perry. Looks like she's not here either. I don't remember. Did the animated shorts, whoa, what? Do any of the other NPCs just kind of do that? Just walking, disappear, come along from another direction? Like, I know when the in-game time passes by certain thresholds, some NPCs appear and others disappear, but I don't know. Anyway. What was the name Clarview just mentioned? I was gonna ask if the animated short had any other names of the kids. Hey, you two. Hope we aren't interrupting anything like a fight or... Wait a minute, Fremne, you're not crying, are you? Is everything alright? Everything's fine, thanks for asking. Well, we're all friends here, right? We've been through so much together, so if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word. It's just a small family dispute. It's not something our guests should trouble themselves with. In fact, it might be better if your stay ended here. Sometimes having guests around can come in handy. What are you getting at, Volt? When guests are around, families are often on their best behavior, and any disputes are less likely to escalate. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it? I think it'll be better if you stick around. I just thank you. I was really hoping to keep you out of it, but even if I could think of some other reason to turn you away, I'm not sure I could convince you. I know things could turn dangerous, so I promise you this. From now on, I'll protect you like my life depends on it. I'm pretty sure you're not as strong as Traveler. Me too. Well, back to the matter at hand then. If we don't plan on handing Clarvey over to Father, then our only other option is to solve the mystery of our identity before Father is able to track her down. That means finding out where she came from and what she's doing here. Then we can send her on a merry way and pretend like none of this ever happened. I've tried that already. And nothing. I tried taking her somewhere really far away, but after some time she just reappeared. Yeah, so she's like a spirit then, of some sort. She even came with us all the way to Fish. It seems like where the house is, she follows. I don't know much about spirits. Do you two have any ideas? Let's see here. Paimon remembers hearing something like if you fulfill a spirit's last wish before they died, they'll let go of whatever's keeping them here and return to the ley lines. Is that something Hu Tao told us? It's just that Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that, so it's not guaranteed to work or anything. This particular bit, Paimon doesn't really remember where she heard that. Makes me think this line was somewhere in the quest where Ruka Devata just unexists herself. Hi, Fidel SN. Yeah, but this bit is, I don't know, unless it's just sort of offhand Paimon being kind of forgetful, then I don't know. Am I looking too deep into this? Whatever. Well, sounds like it's worth a shot. I guess that means we should go ask her about her wish. But first, Fremne, I need you to promise me something. Fidel SN? How do most people pronounce it? I can't really think of any other reasonable way to pronounce it. I don't know. I mean, most people, I want to say like 80 to 90% of people pronounce my tag wrong the first way as well. The most common one is Voltarian, even though it's clearly an O. Okay, let's continue. What is it? I need to promise me that this will stay between the two of us. We're the masterminds behind this whole thing. No one else gets involved. Can you do that for me? Wasn't Lynette in the trailer there? Lynette's gonna get dragged into this as well, huh? Of course, I promise. Alright, then let's seal the promise just like we were kids. Fist bump on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, yep. She's just like, what were you trying to do? What were you trying to pull? Very nice. I mean, she's part cat, so yeah. What a surprise. What brings you here, dear sister? She looks so done.
それから
And when exactly did you get here?
いつからいた
Camera dolly pan? Is that what it's called? The zoom or whatever? You're an idiot, brother. And you too, Femine. You 3 Volt and you 4 Paimon. What? Why are we idiots? It's not like... Why are us two idiots as well? What is her reasoning here? Is it because, like, I mean, like, Linny was the one saying keep it between the two of them. We're kind of, but not really, but kind of bystanders here. Wait, what did we do? I've seen Clarvia around the House of Hearth before. Yes, there's a lot of reasons to call Paimon an idiot, but I was considering saying that. But I was thinking in the context of Lynette here, whatever. I've seen Clarvia around the House of the Hearth before. I haven't seen her in Fish, so I figured she must not have come with us, but it turns out you were just hiding her. I heard you talking about your plan. Rather than steering clear of the situation, I'd rather fully join in. If you don't agree, I'll have no choice but to report everything back to Father. Simple as that. You're not giving us much wiggle room here, Lynette. Well, I guess we're all in this together then. After we talk to Clarvia, we'll figure out our next move. There's no time to lose. Let's go. I'm full. Thank you for bringing this food, you guys. It is untouched. What is that anyway? Genshin food always looks terrible. She said she's full, but the food... Oh. Well, yeah. That's right, based on what I've been able to observe, it doesn't seem like Clarvia can interact with the physical world at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then what's the point of you asking for food, water, and cloth? What? If Clarvia can't even interact with them, what's the point in you asking for that stuff? I don't know. It just didn't really occur to me. Like, I don't know, hopefully I don't start getting a ton of requests, whatever. Maybe in future streams, and if anyone really wants to know, they can look it up, but I don't think it matters that much. Unless someone decides to try and hack my account or something, that would be unfortunate, and I would not be very happy about that. I don't know. Still, when she's presented with food, she'll always linger around for a good little while. Maybe in her mind, she really is eating those things. Oh, that's why. Does she know that she has already passed away? I've tried to ask her, but she didn't answer. My guess is that she's just as confused as we are, or maybe she couldn't understand the question at all. Harvey, if you got some time, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Sure. Oh, another new friend. Hi, I'm Clarvia. Clarvia, how did you join the House of the Hearth? Huh? Isn't it the same as everybody? Name brings you here and then you can't leave. It's just that your name. It's not on the roster and I've never seen you here before. The roster? I get it now. I think there might be some things you don't know about this place. The people in charge, they're not as nice as they look. They say they keep a roster, but it's not complete. There are a lot of people who aren't on it and never will be. In this house, some people are family and other people are just test subjects. Those kinds of people aren't ever going to get a place on the roster unless it's the roster of people who've been executed. Ew, is she talking about well, yeah, but I'm wondering if she's referring to the previous knave. Like, the current knave, current Arlecchino, seems to treat the children better. But I personally think that she still has a crazy side. Like, outwardly, she's, current Arlecchino is better than the previous one. But they're both crazy. I think. Wait, and does that mean the knave, she... Is there anyone that can vouch for you? Perry. She's my best friend. She's the only one I trust in this place. Well, Arlecchino's name is... It's not Perry. Have either of you heard of that name before? No. Me neither. Clairvy, Perry, neither of these names are on the roster, but it seems like she's telling the truth. Either that or this kid's already got a bag of tricks bigger than mine. Maybe we should try a different approach. Clairvy, do you have a wish? A wish? It can be anything you want. Just imagine it's your birthday, you're blowing out the candles and your wishes. To go outside where the sun can find me. That's it? Well, that sounds easy. That sounds easy enough. The darkness in the house runs deeper than you can imagine. No one can get out alive. What does she mean by that? Things can't be this simple. Okay, time to divide and conquer. Listen up, I've got a plan. I'll try and find a way to use basic illusory magic to take Clairvy outside and bring her somewhere with sunlight. Then I try and find the list of executions that Clairvy was talking about and see if her name is on it. Remember, you stay and fish. We can't be the only ones who've had run-ins with Clairvy. I need to collect intel on everything she's said and done. Understood, I'll try my best. What about us? What should we do? I really appreciate your willingness to help, but this is a family matter. I don't want to drag you in too deep. It's too risky. Are you saying I'm weak? I don't know. Let me think. Since father considers you to be guts, maybe you could stick by our side for a little while? We don't need to do anything except keep up some nice casual conversation. Palmer gets it. You want us to distract her. How should we contact you? I'll give you a magic bird. If father suspects something, all I need to do is release it when she's not looking. It'll alert me that something's wrong. Of course, that's only as a last resort. If father doesn't seem to notice us, then there's no need to make contact. We'll reconvene here tonight after all's said and done. This is kind of just my normal speaking voice, I guess. I'm not like super expressive or whatever. I'm not like the kinds of content creators that get easily excited and scream and whatever. But yeah. I'm just kind of normal right now. If the worst case scenario happens and we're discovered, just tell father everything. We're not going to let our guests be punished for our own actions. That's where we draw the line. Be careful. You too. Okay, this is where we part. Father should be at the beach nearby. I really hope this goes well. No, it has to go well. That's the only way this can get resolved. Any dialogue? Lenny? Clairvy, I'd like to take you somewhere. Is that okay with you? Sure, where are we going? Let's see, where are you? Oh. Where's my soup? Oh goodness. Not time. Maybe I need to turn my settings down some more. Why is my frame rate not 60? What the heck? I mean, it's probably an environment detail will probably do it, but I don't want to restart it. Yeah, someone in one of the servers I'm in likes to ask, have they added a skip dialogue yet? And saying that he's not gonna play again until they add a skip dialogue option. I'm like, yeah, but also, like, they're going to be, that adding a skip dialogue option is just going to, I don't know, result in even more people spouting random nonsense that was clearly stated in the dialogue. There's some stuff like people are coming up with theories and explanations and whatever when the dialogue gives us, oh hey, it's child, when the dialogue gives us tells us otherwise. I don't know. I do wish they would add a skip dialogue for at the very least, I guess, not for Archon quests. I mean, I would probably still skim through anyway. I'm not really great at remembering exactly what happens in the story and analyzing it either. Anyway, Isnave and Child. Hey, aren't you supposed to be in Shineznai recuperating? What are you still doing here in Fontaine? Oh, it's you too. I didn't expect to run into you here. I was unconscious for a while after the fight in the Primordial Sea. After I woke up, I realized I was being taken back to Shineznai, and, well, I couldn't have that now, could I? Not when I still got unfinished business here in Fontaine. So I mustered up all of my strength and made the journey back on my own. What unfinished business did you have? What sort of unfinished business are we talking here? Has to do with Skirk, my master. I really wanted to meet up with her, but by the time I got back, she had already left. I still have so many questions for her. Without any other leads, all I could do was ask Nave to help me track her down. She must have left behind some traces from her time in Fontaine. Oh, okay, so have you found any clues? Unfortunately, no. While the House of the Hearth is adept at collecting all manner of intelligence, certain existences can still manage to escape our purview. Something probably has to do with because of Primordial Sea and whatever other, I don't know if dimension is the right word here, but yeah. Basically, unless Master feels there's a need to meet up with me, she's not going to be found. But that problem has an easy fix. I just need to become stronger, and then Pama thinks you should focus on getting better first. The worst of it is over. It's all thanks to that one kid from the House of the Hearth. Hilar, I think her name was. She gave me a bunch of random potions to drink. They didn't go down easy, let me tell you. Pain and chills all over, but they really did help speed up my recovery. And that's good, because it looks like you really do have to head back this time. The old man's been putting the pressure on me. He sent something to tell me I'm needed for some sort of project. Old man. The what's that guy's title? Are we not on 4.6? Aren't we on 4.6? Dude, I don't know, man. Yeah, we are on 4.6, aren't we? Huh? Am I tripping? No, we are on 4.6. That is update 4.6 of Genshin. Yeah, I don't remember the director's name of the Harbingers. Project Studzo. Yeah, that's the one. I heard regraders involved too. I'm not looking forward to having to listen to all this monologuing, that's for sure. Hey, maybe you could think of a way for me to stay in Fontaine for a little longer? Helping Lenny and the others brush up on their fighting skills would be far more interesting. If you and I could spar, that would be even better. I've been waiting for their chance to see you go all out. And what a sweet little daydream that is, but I also have a role to play in all this. I'll be leaving Fontaine shortly as well. Besides, considering how little they see fit to step outside the homeland, being called on to return to Snezhnaya by such illustrious dignitaries, what a great honor, wouldn't you agree? You know, I've posted about this before in other discords, but her eyes. Let me just pull up something. Yeah, the color is not the same, but can I add a source here? Let me just do this. Oh, yeah, there it is. Hey, this is what I thought of when I saw her eyes, alright? Okay, but on another note, I was not expecting it to immediately pull it up, so I'm glad that it pulled up the right window. Not that I have anything sensitive on other stuff right now, but yeah. Anyway, let's just get rid of that for now. Okay. One I could do without, I'd say. Is it just Paimon, or does it kind of seem like they're just casually trash-talking their colleagues behind their backs? I mean, wasn't it described somewhere? Weren't the Harbingers described somewhere, maybe by the name of the title of the video, as a den of wolves or something? So, dear guests of the House of the Hearth, to what do I owe the visit? Well, we had just, Bro, that's... Just wanted to learn more about you. I don't know, but that seems like... It just seems so random. That, like, surely she would suspect something, right? I don't know. Right, we're super close to Linny and others, but we still don't know much about you. Is that so? Introductions have already been made, have they not? Oh, you see, there's only so much you can learn from short introduction. At least tell us something a little extra, like, why do you call yourself father? Oh, well. I mean, that was actually explained in an animated short, I think. Oh, good question. I'd also like to know. The fact that you have to ask tells me our intelligence work has been quite successful. Telling you the answer to that question would only serve to undermine that success, and we can't have that now, can we? What? I don't really see why, but okay. Spoken like a true diplomat. That was some expert sidestepping right there. Well, if there's nothing else, I think I'll take my leave. I still have a small matter to resolve at home. Shut the frick up, Paimon. It's... Oh my goodness. Like, you know, we shouldn't actually have to keep Arlecchino from leaving, right? We just need to make sure she doesn't find out about Clervy. If the knave leaves right now... Oh. She's sure to run at Linny and Clervy. Okay, sure. Should I release the bird Linny gave us? No, we should try to get her talking about something else first. What does the organization mean to you? I'd also like to hear the answer to this. Like, is it just me, or is, like, Paimon insisting like this is not characteristic of her, so it's kind of obvious. I mean, I'm coming, like, dramatic irony, of course. Like, we know stuff that in-game characters don't, but, yeah, I don't know. I've met some of the members of your organization, and they all seemed like really good kids. They actually remind me of Tonya and Tusser. Which, by the way, if you ever betray them, I'm just letting you know I won't let you off easy. And why would I betray them? Well, you've already betrayed the House of the Hearth once, haven't you? At least that's what I heard. Oh, the zoom in. Is she going to issue a veiled warning? I'm assuming what he was referring to is in the animated short, where he's told that, like, she killed the Harbinger, the old knave. Okay, I admit that's just what the old man told me. The rooster, I mean. Oh. Old man is referring to Pulcinella then, not the director. And they've betrayed the House of the Hearth, so does that mean what Clervy said was true? Does Nave really treat her children like test subjects? I mean, the previous one did, I think. Wait, did you really do something bad to those kids? Shut the frick up, Paimon. That does not help. Never mind what I've done, I'm more curious as to what the mighty rooster had to say. Care to enlighten me? Ah, well, nothing much. Just some stuff about you taking out many other members of the House of the Hearth and going so far as to attack your own family. Aha! This is her supposed crazy side. With Wanderer saying that anyone who's seen her crazy side is just, not quite unexisted, but unalived. I see. I don't get it. Where's the thing? Here. No. Alright. Back to Genshin. Based on your reaction, I'm guessing it's all a bunch of lies. Hardly. I don't appreciate his particular turns of phrase, but I suppose he didn't say anything untrue. Although it would be more accurate to say that there's a certain level of prejudice involved, but I don't intend to clear that up just yet. Prejudice has a funny way of concealing the real truth behind certain things, an attribute I find to be quite advantageous. Unalived, unexisted, undiscovered, I don't know. He says, like, Wander said they go poof, so... Call yourself a Fontainian, for example, and people will assume all sorts of things, when the real truth is that this is simply the land where I was raised. Huh? You're not actually from Fontaine, but then why do you try to help out with the prophecy and everything? Doesn't matter if she wasn't born in Fontaine. If she was raised there, then she'd probably care about the city. Or the country. I don't know. City-state. I was trying to protect the children born in Fontaine. Claiming that I myself was a Fontainian simply made it easier to operate. People would hardly suspect a fellow Fontainian of having any ulterior motives. Who wouldn't want to save their homeland after all? The primordial sea wouldn't have any effect on me, but it would have caused great harm to the House of the Hearth. Well, you wanted extra information, didn't you? There you go. I hope that satisfied your curiosity. So much for learning anything else about her betrayal. She probably only revealed that other secret in order to change the subject. It seems like she's trying to avoid talking about her past. So you stayed in Fontaine for the kids. I guess I was wrong to believe you'd betray them. Apologies. Looks like I was holding on to some prejudice myself. Good. Like I said, I like it when others have misconceptions of me. Actually, while I was recuperating at the House of the Hearth, there was something else that really caught my attention. Uh-oh. Is he gonna bring up Clervy? I heard that members always resolve disputes and arguments with a friendly spar, and the loser has to back down. Seems pretty cool. If you ask me, it would also give them plenty of opportunities to hone their skills. Well, that's only a recent development. In the past, such spars weren't nearly so friendly. The losing party would lose everything, including their life. Oh, she's talking from first-hand experience here. She killed Clervy, I guess. They're that high stakes, well, at least that's not a thing anymore. Well, the current atmosphere is not half bad. I'm a bit jealous, actually. You've got so many family members around you, and you even get to live with them. Yeah, I wouldn't call it sparring either at that point. Having a lot of family around means dealing with considerable amount of bickering and scheming. Once Tony and Tuser enter their rebellious phase, I'm sure you'll understand. Just imagine, Tuser becomes obsessed with plucking out strands from the rooster's mustache, or Tony decides to dye her hair 42 different colors. He looks so white. He looks so... What's the word? Oh my goodness. There is a word to describe his expression right now. Whatever. Okay, I get the picture. As the conversation shifts to the topic of Tony and Tuser, child begins to share story after story with the siblings. It's a type of conversation that would usually leave you falling asleep, but you find yourself grateful for a child for buying time. Oh well, would you look at the time? I should probably get going. Well, Paimon, I'm not sure where our paths will cross next, but the next time we run into each other, we should definitely try and find some time to spar. I do that every week. Because you are an easy weekly boss. Back when he was first released, everyone was saying he was too hard, so they nerfed him. I don't remember if I had unlocked him. Unlocked that boss fight at that point yet. Again, maybe this is a conversation we can have when you look less like you're gonna keel over. Alright, well thanks for everything, Arlecchino. No thanks necessary, you also played a part in obtaining the Gnosis. I would say we can call ourselves even. I like the sound of that. Well, I'm off. See you all later sometime. We should probably get going too. Do you want to head back with us? Oh, you want me to leave so soon? Oh, well, you see, blah, blah, blah. I'm rather enjoying the evening breeze. If you don't mind, I think I'll stick around for a bit. I have some things to think about. Apologies for not attending to you like a proper host. Please forgive the slight. I do hope you'll have a pleasant stay. Ooh, we managed to keep her distracted until nightfall. Good thing Child was there to keep the conversation going. You don't think she suspected anything, did you? Does she have any more dialogue here? Wonder if Linny ran into any issues. Let's hurry back and see how everything went. Oh, you decided to stay a little longer? Let's take in the ocean view together then. Random Sama troll on the buoy. Back to fish. Lydia, how'd everything go? Well, long story short, we ran into a small issue. Clervy can't go into the sunlight. What do you mean? She's had her shadow taken from her. She disintegrates in the sunlight because of... How am I gonna forget his name? The One Piece character that steals shadows. Whatever warlord. Okay, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. There hasn't been... You've been the only one here, so... There hasn't been enough chat to hide your message there. Everything was fine at first. She followed me up to the surface just like I told her. And then she disappears, and then appears back.
でも
But as I led her out of the shadows and into the sunlight, she vanished.
突然彼女の姿が消えたことに気づいたんだ。振り向く
I
と
turned around, and there she was, standing at the edge of the shadow, silently watching me.
静かに僕を見つめてた。
あいつ
Maybe she's afraid of sunlight, or no, it wouldn't be her wish if that were the case. Well, we could always try pushing her into it. Not sure pushing works on a non-corporeal being. Oh, true.
とにかくいろん
I
な
pretty much
方法
tried
を
it
試
all
してみたけど
already. Nothing worked. Eventually, the sun went down, so all I could do was bring her back here. How did it go with you, Lynette?
名簿は手に
Good,
入れ
I've
た
got the list. It's right here.
本当か
Really? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's take a look.
こんなにたくさん
Well, that's a lot of pages. It's gonna take forever to go through it
読
all.
むのに一体どれだけかかるんだい。
手分けして読もう。
We can each take a section. Here.
はい。
ラボイヤード、ランドワード、じゃ
Classic NPC model. Classic NPC model. Classic NPC model. Classic NPC model.
うわ、
Yikes, that
この俺
horror guy has a huge scar on his face. He's kind of giving Pam the creeps.
あ
I've met him before. The scar is from an injury he received during a mission. I still remember him joking with me about it. He said any future lover would take one look at him and lose all interest. Did he say anything else?
好きな人がいる
Well,
の
I asked if there was someone he was interested in. He said no, and that's where our conversation ended. So this guy was executed?
でもその後彼
But it was only later that I learned he really did have someone he liked. He risked everything to escape so he could be with her, but it didn't work. One day father asked to see him, and well, I never saw him again after
その
that.
目論みは成功しなかった。ある日彼はお父様に呼び出されて、
Mm-hmm.
つ
それ
まり
Wait, so that means the knave, she...
残酷だけど
It may seem cruel, but it's just one of the rules of the house.
ハウス・オブ・ハースでは
Betrayal is not to be taken lightly. We know too many secrets to come and go as we please, so if you do try to leave, you pay with your
だか
life.
ら裏切りはい
Solemn atmosphere descends over the group.
ないね。
Okay. Her name's not here, huh? Well, that's not too surprising. It doesn't seem like this list is complete. It only contains records dating around 5 years. Yeah, pretty sure Clervy was killed earlier than that. Although Genshin's timeline and ages have always been, aside from the Archons, always been kind of hidden. I don't think we know how far back that animated short happened.
別の方向
Let's shift
から
our
調べよう
attention then. Fremne, were you able to find anything out?
何かフレミネ
Fremne.
ごめん
Sorry, I was thinking about something.
他の
I
人
managed
た
to
ち
talk
と
to
話
quite
して
a
み
few
たんだけ
people,
ど
but I couldn't help but notice that the atmosphere in the house is a little
ちょっと変だった
strange.
件
Strange?
実はこの
Yeah, I mean, I know there have been arguments in the past times when people haven't gone along. Chaplo and Filiol are a good example of that.
物資を配ってた時にあったは
Others
ず
are
だ
too,
が
the people we met while delivering supplies. Paimon can see how they might not get along. They had very different vibes, and their interests seem to be pretty different as well.
簡単なことさ
That's to be expected, actually. Father brought us all here, shared her knowledge with us,
ハ
taught
ウス
us,
オブハースに連
whoa,
れてきて
excuse me,
知識と武芸を
taught
授けて
us
くださった
how to fight. That's one thing we all share, but that's also where the similarities end. Not all of us feel the same desire to stay here.
ハウスオブ
As members of the House of the Hearth, we're also considered part of the Fatui, and to a lot of people, that's an identity they never
多
asked
くの
for.
人にとってそれは堂々と口成長する
Certain members get older and realize they want something else for themselves, but considering the rules of the house, most people would never say that out loud.
でもハウスオブシャプロや
People
フォ
like
ルツァは
Chaplo
お
and
父様に
Folds
支
are
持してい
loyal
る
to
し
Father and her vision. They're proud to be part of the Fatui. Filial and Non-Tuiol, on the other hand, well, they aren't quite as
そういう
enthusiastic.
気持ちは
こんなトラブルは
I already forgot
常に
who's
存在
who.
し続けてる
They're all just NPC
お父
models.
様も知ってるはずだよ
Those kinds of conflicts have always been there. It's not like Father is in the dark about any of this. Yeah. And then the screen cuts to black with on-screen dialogue that disappears faster than I can read it out loud. Well, that's true, but it just feels like things have gone worse lately. Filial and the others, it seemed like they were meeting in secret to talk about something. I can't say for sure, but I think they've met Clervy.
クリーブが彼らを
You think she's been inciting them to act out? No, not exactly, but I wouldn't be surprised if she said something to them about the darkness in the house and how deep it runs. She's told me about it before. Experiments being run on children, people being used as pawns on the battlefield without so much as the strength to survive. And they just believed all that without any evidence? Clervy's words probably gave them the excuse they were looking for. Whether they actually believe them to be true is secondary. This is all because of the Project Stuzo, isn't it? Whoa, hold on a second. What's this Project Stuzo all about, huh? This is the second time it's come up now. Sorry, but I'm not sure of the details either. I only know what Father has told us, which is that it's something the Rooster and Regrator have been working on together. Apparently it has to do with the Fatui strategic plan for the future. Getting the Gnosis from Natlan? Maybe? Because the House of the Hearth was so successful in obtaining the Gnosis, we now have the honor of playing a key role in Project Stuzo. Wait, but isn't that a good thing? Key role is just another way of saying dangerous role. To us, the whole thing is an inconvenience. Father thinks so too, but she's in no position to refuse. Their plan isn't exactly unreasonable. They've been funneling the house a lot of funding. It's just that we'll lose a lot of members in the process. Participating in the plan is an honor and name only. What they're really trying to do is subdue us. The existence of an intelligence organization outside their control makes them feel uneasy. Looks like the Fatui are plotting something big, but given how little Linny and the others seem to know about it, I probably won't be able to learn much. I should keep a sharp eye out during any future dealings with the Fatui to see what I can learn. Okay, super complicated top secret Fatui business aside, what does all this have to do with the conflicts we were talking about earlier? Paimon doesn't get the connection. External pressure has a way of exacerbating internal strife. You can't overlook the power of fear either. People are afraid of dying, and that fear is often the impetus for a lot of stupid decisions. I thought resolving the Clervy situation would make everything go back to normal, but it looks like things are more complicated than I thought. If we leave Filial and the others to their own devices, sooner or later, Father will be forced to take action. We can only focus on one situation at a time, brother. You're right. Even if we confront Filial and the others, it won't do any good. It might even make the matters worse. We should focus on Clervy for now. Well, it's getting late. We should head back and get some rest. We'll try again first thing tomorrow. Lynette, you stick with me this time. Fremne, keep a close eye on Filial and the others. Make sure they don't do anything they'll regret. Good work today, everyone. Have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hey. Oh. Your mind races with all sorts of thoughts. You try to rest, but can't seem to fall asleep. Paimon was looking forward to an early night, but she can't sleep at all. Hey, you don't think the Navy will be too angry with Linny and everyone else if she finds out about all this, do you? She's even scarier when she smiles. If she were to actually get angry, you have to protect Paimon if that happens, okay, Volt? Okay, I can't remember if Child is his given name or his code name. No, his given name is Ajax, I'm pretty sure. And then Tartaglia and Child are either like Knave and Arlecchino or Arlecchino and Knave, but I can't remember which is which. Also, I've been protecting you all this time, Paimon. Shut the frick up. Trusty as ever, Volt. Someone's running over. Oh, running over elsewhere, Clervy. Let's catch up with her before anyone else sees. This is the problem with all this dialogue. The food keeps going. It's a good thing I've got 137 left. And then more of Yunjin special. Yeah, she's just kind of disappearing. Where's she going? If someone sees her, we're toast. Disappear again? Yup. This seems like the best way to get out. You have to climb. Are there like any actual ladders or any stairs of some sort to get in and out of this place? Was she actually in the sun now? Oh no, she's in the moonlight. Kirby. Hello. Okay. I open the window while no one is looking. Look how pretty the outside is. Oh no, there's nothing here. If only I could have more than this. You probably think I'm being silly, huh? All this hopeless resisting. It's better to dream of what... it's better to dream of what I could have than try to make it a reality, right? Please help us get on the same page here, Clivia. We need you to tell us what you know. Can you do that? Sure, although after you hear all this, I think you might regret that decision. Everyone in this family is nothing more than a tool, something to be used and exploited. We're all expendable, including me. As long as you're useful, you get to stick around. Lose your value, and you're handed over to the dog. Oh. 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 Now I have to bring something else up. Hold on. Bro. Mr. Musk has made Twitter so bad. I have to actually... I can't... You know what? I'll just find the picture and then download it and post it in Paint or something. There's something I saw... I don't actually even know if I put it on Twitter. A while ago, someone made a post about the doctor. And then it disappeared. So I recreated it. Come on! I have to look through Discord. Wrong server. Bear with me here. Oh. Hello, Zeline Sands. I'm just streaming Genshin 4.6, although it's more accurate to say just Arlecchino story quest, I guess. Because I don't actually know what else was added in 4.6. Where the frick is this? How long ago did I post this? You know what? Screw it. Let's see if I did post it on Twitter. I did. Okay, cool. Just post this in MS Paint or something. Okay. Let's see. Here. The doctor. This guy, mad scientist, has multiple copies of himself, experiments on children, including a particular green-haired girl. Kale? Not Kale, we're talking about Mitty here. His name is Bone Drew the Novel. We're not talking about the doctor. This picture is unrelated. That's not him. Now the question is, does the doctor actually also love the children in his own twisted the way Bone Drew does? Okay, back to Genshin. Yeah, experimented on, given a fate worse than death. I've seen it happen again and again, and I've had enough. You're saying the knave did all that? Didn't you just say the doctor? It's just that doesn't seem like something she would do. She's scared and all, but it seems like even she has lines she wouldn't cross. She was under the previous knave, obviously. The Traveler and Paimon don't know that. Yeah, I knew you wouldn't believe me. Everyone thinks she's a good person. They all think of her like a real mother. There's the first clue. Traveler and Paimon, are you going to pick up on that like a real mother? Or are they going to pick up on that? Okay, Paimon does. Cool, they do. Mother, but she doesn't deserve that title. She's disgraced it and tarnished it, and if I had things my way, I'd never see her again. If only Perry were here, she'd understand. Yeah, I feel like she's referring to current Arlecchino here, but I'm pretty sure the animated short revealed current Arlecchino's name is different. It had a U in it, I'm pretty sure. Alright, there's that name again. Also, Paimon's getting a strange feeling. It almost feels like she's not really here with us. Paimon can't tell if she's actually talking to us or if she's mistaken us for someone else. She's a spirit. Could be anything. I don't know. I'm not sure either. Well, in any case, it seems like she really needs someone to talk to. We should give her company for a little longer. She looks so young, but she seems like she's been through a lot. It's getting windy. I should close the window. Oh, look at the moon. Isn't it pretty? Hey, want to hear a secret? I heard that if you look up in the night sky in Shinizna, you can see the aurora. It's supposed to be super pretty, even prettier than the moon tonight. Perry and I promised each other that once we're together, we're gonna go see it together. It is her. But why is it spelled that way? I'm pretty sure... Like, Arlecchino's name is... I'm just gonna look this up right now. What her actual name is. It was like Perware? I think that's how it's pronounced in the short. Yeah, who the frick is Perry? And I can't find her. I'm worried she's also been... No, that wouldn't happen to her. She's special. Mother likes her a lot. I should really go talk to Mother, but we just fought. She doesn't want to see me. I'm scared. I'm too scared to face her. What should I do? Me with my life. What should I do? After some time, Clarvy seems to come back to herself. She gives a weak smile and then decides to move on. I didn't catch the last few words. Mom really doesn't understand what's going on with her. Well, let's head back. We've got an early morning tomorrow. The night passes. Alright, looks like we're all here. Let's go ahead with the plan. Before we do that, I have a question. What is it? Have the knave and the doctor ever worked together? What makes you ask that? Well, we kind of ran into Clervy last night, and that's what she told us. We met the doctor back in Sumeru. He's super dangerous, and he's done all sorts of bad things. It's possible that Father and the doctor have had certain dealings, but I don't think Father would work with him. We're not really on the same side, so there's not a lot of trust between them. That doesn't exactly set the stage for a successful partnership. I did hear, though, that when Father first became a Harbinger, the doctor offered to work with the House of the Hearth. Father rejected most of his proposals except for one. It had to do with some sort of secret experiment. Secret experiment? Could that be what Clervy was talking about? I don't think so. I don't know any details about the experiment itself, but I do know it's an entirely independent operation. The doctor only proposed a direction for the research. That was the extent of his involvement. I still don't think that counts as working together. The details of the experiment are confidential, but complete records are kept on all participants. That doesn't seem to be the case with the situation Clervy referred to. I know you don't agree with some of the Futui's methods, and I'm not asking you to, but I am asking you to trust us on this. The House of the Hearth has its own principles. There are certain lines we're not willing to cross. Alright, that's good to hear at least. Clervy seems to think the Knave and the Doctor worked together to do something horrible. If that turned out to be true, Paimon doesn't even know how we would even face you guys. It's just that it doesn't seem like Clervy is lying either. Talking about the previous Knave. The easiest thing to do would be just ask the Knave directly, but Paimon doesn't think she'd tell us. Let's focus on the plan for now. Yeah. Father didn't come back last night. She's probably still neither sure. We'll be counting on you to distract her. Lynette, you're with me. Fremne, you know what to do. Be on your guard, everyone. Please don't tell me we're gonna have another awkward moment of trying to stall her. Alright, let's get to it. Where are we going today? Let's try somewhere further away this time. Whatever. I should have gone to the other waypoint, but I'm already here, so. Is she still here? Yes, she is. Hello again. Awkward meeting. Ah, it's you two again. I must say, you look a bit pale. Did you have trouble sleeping last night? A little. Perhaps if you had less on your mind, you'd be able to absolve yourself of such troubles. So what are you planning to do now? Catch up on some sleep? Or should I give you some time to rack your brain for a topic to discuss before I ask any questions? Although I must profess to being curious. So that child here, how do you plan on distracting me? Yep. Like, the way Paimon was going about it, like, it was so obvious. Yeah, shut the frick up. Looks like you could have some extra time to you could have used some extra time to think. No matter, if you don't have any other plans, why don't you accompany me somewhere? Don't worry, I'll be sure to steer clear of any scheming children. Alright. Maybe she knows exactly, she already knows exactly what's going on, and she wants to see how it'll play out. Well, the ocean breeze sure is nice today, so you know. Bro, you don't just ask that. What? Like, even if you think she knows, you don't just ask that. That's okay. Children always think they can hide things from grown-ups, but nothing gets past me, least of all a little scheming. I think I'll let them have at it for a little longer. I can be very patient. Well, I'll leave you to think things over. If you're so inclined, meet me outside the Palace Mermonia. Palais Mermonio. Good things come to children who do as they're told. I do hope you decide to tag along, if only for your friends' sakes. How many times am I gonna say shut the frick up, Paimon? She clearly knows everything we've been doing, but Paimon doesn't think it'd be a stretch to say she was threatening us just now. We should release the pigeon that Lenny gave us. Hopefully he sees it in time. Well, we should probably head to the Paimon. Paimon doesn't want to find out what happens if we don't show up. Based on what the knave was saying just now, it sure didn't seem like it'd be anything good. Okay, then we probably shouldn't keep her waiting. It seems like Looney and the others are on thin ice, so let's do our best to not get them in any more trouble. 5? Really? I feel like I've said it a few more times. Have some water. Alright. Okay, seeing as we still have some time before my meeting, we might as well enjoy some pleasant conversation while we wait. I'm glad to see you get along with my children. Being surrounded by good companions is necessary for a child's development. Not planning on doing anything to them, are you? I assume you're referring to Linnea, Lina, and Fremina. Although there's that situation with Filial and Non-Tual as well, it appears quite a few people have been acting out lately. No matter, I'm not one to discriminate. All those who betray the house meet the same fate, there are no exceptions. Does that mean you're going to kill them? Oh? Are you here to beg for their lives? I'm sorry to disappoint, but the rules of the house change from now on. In my organization, everyone is responsible for their own actions. But don't you care about them at all? They really respect you. They even call you father. You must feel something for them. Yeah, I don't think pleading with her is gonna help. Any organization in which feelings come before principles is one destined for ruin. The House of the Hearth is hardly an exception. You could say our principles are more stringent than most. Perhaps I can offer you this consolation, at least. As our guests, you two will not be held accountable along with them. There's really no other way to solve the issue. I would imagine Lina, and Fremne will be able to keep their lives. As for Filial, Non-Tual, and the others, I'm afraid there's little I can do. They can try to escape, but once you know our secrets, there's no getting out alive. Sure. You seem concerned. Out of consideration for my guests, I suppose I can turn a blind eye for a little longer. If Looney and the others manage to dispose of Clervy in the meantime, all evidence of their wrongdoing will be lost. In that case, I could hardly punish them for doing something I couldn't prove. And if their efforts are unsuccessful, on the other hand, all will be held accountable and the punishment will be severe. Punishment will be severe. Of course. Oh, and here, I believe this belongs to you. Do try and keep better track of it next time. It takes a considerable amount of time to train a bird like this. It would be such a pity if you were to lose it permanently. It's like an actual bird. Lenny said it was a magic bird. Wait, where'd you get that? Pfft. Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have to chat. Now for the matter at hand. I asked you to meet me here because I have business at the Paimon. It has nothing to do with you, but I think it would be prudent for you to stick by my side for the time being. There will always be time later to run off and tell Linny what you've learned. Well, time to go. Looks like we wrapped things up just in time. Oh yeah, frick. I need to claim that at some point. Oh yeah, apparently they also increased the item cap for the enhancement rocks. I kept on capping this one. So I started crafting this one because I thought it'd be funny if I capped out all of them, and then they increased it to 99,000. So that's not gonna happen anymore. Hello, Melusine. I forgot your name, but you're always the one to tell me Nublet's on the right. Sedan. Is Nouvelet here? Hello. Oh, is this part of the trailer? In exchange for something, I'll stop operations in Fontaine. It's been a while, Monsieur Nouvelet. I must say, I wasn't expecting my meeting request to be approved quite so quickly. The Palermonia operates with an efficiency worthy of admiration. It is only right that an esteemed diplomat such as yourself should be offered the proper level of respect. Although, if I may speak plainly, I must confess that I did not anticipate we would have the occasion to meet again after presenting you with the Gnosis. I see you brought Vol and Paimon with you as well. If I may inquire as to the purpose of your visit, I'll be departing Fontaine shortly. There is, however, an outstanding matter that I would like to see resolved before I go. It requires a rather lengthy explanation, I'm afraid, so I took the liberty of explaining everything in this proposal. Please review it at your leisure, Monsieur Nouvelet. Doesn't even hand them a paper. Where's the paper? Where is the paper? Where'd the tea come from? I understand your request. However, at the risk of causing offense, I must admit that I fail to see why you would wish for such a thing. I heard you have certain fondness for water tasting, Monsieur Nouvelet, so allow me to use water as an analogy. A family is like a large body of water with countless rivers flowing in and out. As someone who watches over the system, I would hope that each river that flows from the source will eventually reach the ocean. Of course, objectively speaking, I know this is impossible. Most of the rivers will dry up along the way, disappearing into the ground and leaving nothing but a barren riverbed behind. Not all rivers are destined to reach the ocean, but I would not see their existence rendered meaningless. I believe the water that flows within them is simply meant for a different destination, like a field in need of irrigation, or perhaps the glass of a certain water-tasting enthusiast. I don't think I understand where this is going. Did you get any of that, Volt? Not really. Your words paint an optimistic picture indeed. Allow me to remind you, however, few among us are willing to sip from a glass filled with tainted water. It may have been tainted at one point in time, but not to worry. I'll make sure it's strained of all impurities and returned to its cleanest form. I seem to recall there being a transactional aspect to your proposal. Perhaps you could expound on that. If you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nouvelet, I will gradually withdraw my forces from Fontaine. Oh, here it is. That clip from the trailer, or teaser, or whatever. And unless absolutely necessary, I will no longer carry out any special missions within Fontaine. I presume I can take your words to mean that in the future. A case similar to the Tartuffe assassination will cease to cross my desk. What's this? Huh. Is that from a different story quest or something that I didn't do? Tartuffe, the thief who embezzled funds from all those charities, you mean. My deepest condolences to his family, but without any evidence, I cannot imagine how the House of the Hearth might have been involved in his passing. Oh, wait, no. Is this also from the trailer? Where, the one where the kid literally died in the trailer? Because they were like wounded in the mission with that guy, and then she just opens his doors and kills him and takes all the money. Is that it? Is it that guy? Of course, if you accept my proposal, Monsieur Nouvelet, I'm sure certain measures could be taken to reduce the frequency of such troubles. You choose your words carefully indeed. In that case, I am inclined to accept your proposal. My thanks for your generosity, Monsieur Nouvelet. Well, with that settled, we should be going now. I took the liberty of bringing along 2 bottles of spring water from Shineznaya for you to enjoy. I do hope I get the chance to hear your impressions. Perhaps at our next meeting, yes? Indeed. I trust you would not overlook your commitment in the meantime. Alright, Volt, I want time to go. You still have more to talk to me about after? Hi, can I talk to you? Do you have anything to say? I believe I've told you before that my emotions easily resonate with those of others. Yet in the few meetings I've had without Harbinger, I haven't been able to sense any aspect of her emotional state. Her mind is like a still body of water. Who knows what darkness lies in the depths, and the lack of ripples on the surface give nothing away. It's unclear whether this is her natural state of being, or whether it's an incredible strength of will that gives her the ability to master her emotions. Either scenario, however, suggests that she is a very dangerous individual. I do not expect an explanation as to why you two are by her side. Whatever your reasoning, I could only advise you to take caution. You could take her on, right? You could definitely take her on if it came to it. Guess I'm just... Oh. I will not accept your quest here. So, what exactly were you talking about back there? Paimon only heard you mention some rivers, a large body of water, and then some kind of irrigation scheme. That's pretty much what I caught. I don't know. You really want to know? I would imagine there might be more pressing concerns at the moment. Linny, Paimon really hopes everything's okay. Oh, Paimon, who is that? Oh, you've got your thinking cap on, don't you, Volt? The name may seem relaxed, but she doesn't seem to be joking earlier when she said those who betray the organization must put out their lives. I think she's serious about punishing those kids. How should we stop her? No, there's something else we should figure out first. No. I live in California. It is 10:12 here right now. Well, you're talking in front of the Paimon, she mentioned Clervy's name. Does that mean she knew where Clervy was this entire time? Maybe she even anticipated how Linny and the others were going to act. Who's this? Oh. Okay. Oof. Oh shoot, are you alright? Who are you? Oh, I'm so sorry, I was focused on selling these papers, I wasn't looking where I was going. Well, let me make it up to at least. Take this paper on the house. Does he? I don't know. It's an NPC, can't remember. Wait, he's got the scar. He's got a scar. Is he one of those that was executed? I don't remember the picture, but I remember they were talking about the guy with the scar, and then he got poofed. So oh, you don't have to give us anything. Please, I want to. It's not like I'm short on supply. All the extras will be useless come tomorrow anyway. It's my fault, really. I was just trying to bring home some extra more for the family, but I bit off a bit more than I can chew. I haven't had many takers today, so I'm still swimming in papers. What's going on here? Oh, nothing much. I just ran into your friend here in an accident. I should probably get going, actually, so... Hold on. Oh? Of course, I'm happy to compensate you with more. It's just I don't have any on me at the moment. I'll take 3 papers. Here, your payment. Oh, thank you for your patronage. May the Archons bless you with good fortune. Well, I had the chance to run into such generous customers every day. I should probably just take on a smaller inventory though, right? I'm getting married soon, so sometimes it's hard to not get ahead of myself. Anyway, I should head out. Goodbye. It is that guy that tried to run off with his girlfriend. Hello, new viewer. His name, I don't know how to pronounce, I'm sorry. Well, now that my affairs are settled, we should take the boat back to fish. We've even acquired some light reading to enjoy along the way. So maybe her making them go poof is... how do I put it? Somehow making them forget their past and then giving them a new identity? I don't know. Like, if she actually does care about them, then instead of killing them, she basically just gives them a new identity. Actually, why don't we stick around for a little longer? Palma just realized how hungry she is. She can't head back to fish on an empty stomach. I want to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Shut the frick up. Looks like Palma is trying to buy us more time. If we head back now, I doubt Linny and the others will have made any progress. What should we do? It appears you two are under the impression that delaying our return will somehow alter the situation in your favor. I'm sorry to ruin your fantasy, but your efforts are meaningless. That being said, I could be persuaded to give Linny some extra time. I just have one condition. If you agree to my request, I'll even answer some of your questions. You're quite curious about Clervy, are you not? And my relationship to her. Oh, is she gonna give it? Wait, why are you being so generous all of a sudden? You're not gonna ask us to do something bad, are you? You overestimate yourself. You don't have the talent for bad things. Alright. Then what could you possibly... The most important consideration in a negotiation is that both sides receive something they want. Demands and threats only get you so far. Your condition. Let's hear it. Wonderful. Here it is. When the time comes, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation and lend your help to the House of the Hearth. Okay, sounds normal enough, but what do you mean when the time comes? When is that supposed to be? That is for you to decide. We accept your condition. Then we have a deal. Follow me. I'm gonna name this title. Okay. Here we go. Back to fish? Not back to fish. Okay, where is this? I'm not out of bounds just yet. Paimon, don't scream at me. Okay. Where's this? What is this place? Somewhere long forgotten by everyone. It used to be a grand building now. It's nothing more than a pile of rubble. Wait a minute. Is this the previous house, like physical House of Hearth that she destroyed in the animated short? I think it is. No one comes here anymore, nor does anyone care about what once happened here, although this place does have something to do with the story I'm about to tell you. It was before I became Harbinger, and before Linny and the others joined the House of the Hearth. Due to certain events, I first killed Clervy, and then her mother. This is where it all happened. You're the one that killed Clervy? Why? Patience. Now allow me to explain Clervy's side of the story first. I'll start from the beginning. I forgot this person's name. The previous name's name. Clervy was 6 years old when she was brought by her mother, Chrysabina, to live in the House of the Hearth. Wait. This wording makes me think it's like biological parent and child. So if that's the case, because Chrysabina, yeah, I recognize that as the name of the actual, of the previous knave. And if they are actually biologically related, she brought her here to be... Okay. From the outside, it seemed like a fairy tale, a thriving family made up of kind adults and friendly children. Chrysabina was the knave at that time, and the House of the Hearth was under her control. She was Clervy's mother by blood. Okay, yup. But she was also the mother to all the children in the house. Wow. What a terrible mom. Clervy was happy here for a time, but she quickly realized that being part of this family wasn't a fairy tale at all. It was a kind of purgatory. Purgatory. This just reminded me of Blade's lines from Honkai Star Rail. I live in an eternal purgatory, and Sam is good at making purgatory. I don't even have Blade. Why do I know that line? Exactly. The House of the Hearth takes in war orphans from all over Teyvat, but as for how to raise them, that depends entirely on the person in charge. Chrysabina came up with a novel idea. She would teach the children to fight, force them to duel each other, and then crown as the king of the house the child who proved themselves most worthy of inheriting her title. It's difficult to estimate the number of children who died or were maimed in the process. There's little I can say about the ones who died. The ones that emerged with permanent injuries, on the other hand, well, they still served a purpose. They would be handed over to the doctor to be experimented on or sent away on dangerous missions, nothing more than tools to be used then discarded. Oh boy. Yeah. That's what Clervy was referring to, yep. So those were the experiments Clervy was talking about, but what actually happened to her? You said that Clervy was Chrysabina's daughter, so if Clervy tried to convince her to stop what she was doing, Chrysabina probably would have listened, right? Nope, not everyone has nice parents like that. Despite her being Clervy's mother, Chrysabina cared little for her daughter. She forced Clervy to join the House of the Hearth only as a means to demonstrate her own impartiality as a mother, to prove that she treated all her children equally. Clervy did try to convince her mother to change her ways, but it was to no avail. After her efforts failed, the only other option was to rise up and try to fight back. Unfortunately, the other children had already been thoroughly indoctrinated into the illusion of happiness Chrysabina had created. Of course, there was one exception. Someone Clervy's age who knew the truth about the House of Hearth. Her name was Perware. Perware. That's her! Perry. So I guess Perry was a nickname. Wait, the friend that Clervy mentioned? Friend, huh? I suppose we can call her that for now. Clervy was a cheerful and passionate person with a tenacious spirit. Perware, on the other hand, was rather cold-blooded. Her cold-blooded nature allowed her to see through Chrysabina's facade, yet it was also this cold-bloodedness that prevented her from acting against it, at least at first. While Clervy longed for freedom, Perware was convinced that amid all the fighting and violence, she would make it until the end. Despite their differences, the two became fast friends, united by their knowledge of the truth. Clervy told Perware that she hoped to create a real family where no one would be killed or sacrificed. There may have been a certain naivety to her ideas, but Clervy proved her determination many times over. She tried countless times to run away, ask for help, or expose the truth, but her efforts only earned her beating after beating. The only thing that kept her going was her strength of will. Even with her body racked with pain, she would still stand up on her tiptoes and open the window at night. She and Perware would look out at the moon together, a fierce longing for freedom shining in her eyes. But one day, that light simply vanished. What happened? Her hopelessness resulted from a culmination of things. 10 years had passed, 10 years worth of failure after failure. She and Perwer weren't children anymore, but finding any chance to escape still seemed as hopeless as ever. Okay. So she is 16 at this point. It was during this time that Perwer suggested a new plan of escaping. If escaping was out of the question, why not take down the very person sitting on top of this throne of lies, Mother herself? Clervy rejected that proposal. She claimed that as a famous harbinger, Crucibina possessed an unimaginable amount of power. Trying to kill her would have an incredibly low chance of success. Clervy never gave another reason, but Perwer could still see it written all over her face. Clervy still thought of Crucibina as her mother. Killing her own flesh and blood was a line she couldn't bring herself to cross. If she couldn't escape and fight back, then only one option remained. Death. Precisely. Death was the only way she felt she could be free. It happened during a duel. When she arrived at the dueling ring that day, her partner turned out to be none other than Perwer, the very person that had stood by her side all those years. It was a fierce battle, but ultimately Clervy decided to let Perwer end her life. From that moment on, Perwer's journey was one written in flames. When the rain finally came and washed it all away, there she stood, the sole victor in Mother's endless game of slaughter. A trail of corpses strewn across her path to success. It was the very result she had predicted 10 years prior. Even then, she believed she would make it until the end. She wasn't surprised by the fact that she emerged as Mother's undisputed heir. Rather, her success left her with an inexplicable sense of restlessness. She was unsettled, and there was only one thing that could quell that sensation. Perhaps you two would like to take a guess as to what it was? Killing the person at the very top? Crucibina, you mean. But what, Paimon? Correct. This is the place where Perwer killed her best friend. A mere year later, this is also the place where she fought tooth and nail to kill the mother they shared. The moment she acted, any conception of what was right or wrong ceased to matter. It was one of the principles of the house. Only those who survive get to write the rules. Perwer won the battle and became harbinger herself, after which Her Majesty the Tsaritsa bestowed upon her a new name, Arlecchino. There it is, now they know. It's her. So, the Perry Clervy was talking about is you all along. You're Perwer. Arlecchino is just the name you got later. This is your story as much as Clervy's. I left that name behind long ago, I must say. Hearing it now does bring back memories. After I defeated Crucibina, the moniker of Mother died with her. I chose to forgo the title she called herself and even chose to give up my own name. I built the house of the hearth under a new identity, not only as Arlecchino, but as father. And that is where the story ends. Any more questions? The Clervy we've met, though, who is she exactly? Yeah, based on what you just told us, Clervy isn't a little kid when she was killed, so the Clervy we met, was she really a spirit at all? I suppose you could call her an illusion born of flame. Her existence is like ashes to a fire, something left over in the wake of blaze and ruin. You see, a certain power runs through my veins. It's not unlike a curse. My flames leave behind shadows of anything they consume. Yeah, that's the curse they were referring to in the short. And the reason why her hands and arms are, like, darkening or something? I don't know. Of course, the chances of those shadows morphing into a sentient entity are exceedingly slim. Clervy is a very special case. Clervy died when she was 16 years old, but what emerged from the flames was her 6-year-old self. Her appearance wasn't the only thing affected. Most of her memories were lost to the blaze as well. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. Lose 10 years worth, however, and it would be like living in the past, like returning to a version of yourself that never grew up. No wonder Paimon got such a weird feeling when we were talking to her. Perhaps I should put it this way. Clervy is someone trapped in time. It may seem like she exists with us in the present, but she truly lives in the confines of her own past. So if all of that is true, then you must have known about Clervy for a long time. Indeed, she's rather a volatile and unstable entity. Sometimes she would look after the children. She's even saved some of their lives. But on other times, She would hide from me and become obsessed with revealing the truth about the house to anyone who will listen. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. Your attempts to expose Clervy to sunlight, they failed, yes? The reason is actually quite simple. In Clervy's mind, the house is impossible to escape, and it is this very perception that traps her there. But no matter. All I have to do is kill her again, and all will be resolved. I don't anticipate so much as a single speck of ash will be left behind this time. Wait. Batman can understand why you might want her gone, but isn't there any other way? So what if she's trapped in her 6-year-old self? She's still your friend. At least talk to her first. Well, assuming, like, well, Arlecchino just said that the shadow, they don't learn. They don't take in new info, so, I don't know. It's too late for that. She broke the rules, and now she must be punished. That goes for filial and non-filial as well. She's had quite the effect on them. I hope you understand. The difference between Kusabino and myself lies in our formulation of the rules, not our policy for enforcing them. Upholding the rules without question is a trait we both share, because that is how a household should be run. Wait, is he actually gonna talk now? Who's this? No. Because he just he just made a grunt or something. Aha! He actually does talk! Is this really what you want to do? Whatever could you mean? Don't you want to say a proper goodbye at least? Whether as a killer or as a father, there are two things that must be avoided at all costs: anger and sorrow. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Well, it's about time to proceed. Before we arrived, I told some of my well-behaved children to bring our troublemakers here by nightfall. Hello, only Kate! Exclamation point. Ah, so we're approaching another part shown in the trailer where they were fighting Arlecchino. I do believe I've kept my end of the deal. I gave your friends quite a bit more time. As for what happens now, we'll just have to wait and see. Here they are, Father. You're gonna execute him? Saying something like that would actually be a first for me. Linny, Clervy. I'm sorry, I heard about how you helped buy us more time, but I still failed. I couldn't find a way to fulfill her wish. So, are we getting to trial Arlecchino since this is her story quest? Probably not, I guess. The way it seems so far, probably not. Huh. Are you Perry? Indeed, it has been a while, Clervy. Stay right there. I'm sorry to postpone our reunion, but first I believe certain scores need settling. Father, let me explain. Out of my way. Father, you chose to conceal a threat to the house, and for that you must be punished. Overall, however, I suppose your wrongdoing is hardly the most egregious of the bunch, so I'll deal with your punishments later. As for right now, the more pressing concerns are the traitors among us. By traitors, do you mean us? Father, let me explain. We didn't mean to... Folds, why don't you share what you heard? Yes, Father. Secret Midnight Meeting number 3. Participants, Filial, Nantil, Soto, Tidy, Nantil. Clearly said if only Father wasn't the one who took us in. Soto added, I'm sick of this life. I just want to live as a normal person. Filial was the worst of them all. She called us crazies and said a bunch of mean things about Father. You're lying. Folds is trying to frame us. It's not like I'm the only one who heard those things. After that, you and Tati and a bunch of other people started talking about Clervy. You were using all those things Clervy brought up as an excuse to question father. We're birds locked in a cage, the only way out is to destroy it. That's what you said, wasn't it? You just want me gone, don't you? What did I ever do to you, huh? And you, Chaplo, have you forgotten who stood by your sickbed, watched over you, and changed your dressing? Come on, let's hear it then. What's your reason for all this? You're wrong, Filial. We don't want you to die, you're a family. There. Liar, you wouldn't be doing this if that were the case, so why have you backed us into a corner? We all live in the House of the Hearth. You know the type of work we do, Filial. A single betrayal can cost dozens of us our lives. It's not like it's never happened before. That kind of thing is hard to forget. That's why the House of the Hearth cannot tolerate any form of betrayal. Ever since we came to Fish, you've had 7 secret meetings. A lot of things you talked about really crossed the line. You've been spying on us for half a month. Wait a second, now that I think about it, the move to Fish was just a way to make it easier to spy on us, wasn't it? Because we were all in one place. You've had this planned all along. Filial, Nantul, I'm sorry. I owe you both my life. I owe Clervy too. If it weren't for all your help after I got poisoned, I wouldn't be standing here today. If this were any other situation, I would do anything to repay that kindness, even if it cost me my life, but rules are rules. I'm sorry, my hands are tied. Why? That's enough, Filial. We made a mistake and we should own up to it. We broke the rules plain and simple, and now we have to face the consequences. But maybe they don't actually die, because of that newspaper guy. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, Chaplo Folds. I'm sorry, Father. We accept our punishment. Chaplo, according to the rules of the House of the Hearth, how should these traitors be punished? All those who betray the house pay with their lives. You know, maybe that could be taken as in another way. Usually means you kill them, but maybe take away their old life and give them a new one, give them a new identity, right? I don't know. And so it shall be. This is where Fremne comes in and yeah, Father, please wait. Something you want to say, Looney? Please reconsider, Father. What Filial and the others did, does it really count as a betrayal? We all come from broken families. From the very first day we joined the House of the Hearth, we wanted nothing more to make it a real home. But the truth is, none of us know what a real home should look like. I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I know is this: killing Filial and the others may uphold the rules, but doing so will only bring us further away from being a real family than we've ever seen. So please, Father, please reconsider. I agree with Looney. Father, please. Linny, you. They're playable. They're not gonna die, right? I also agree with Linny. An order once given cannot be rescinded. However, given the extent of your determination, I suppose we shall have to go about this a different way. Draw your weapons and face me. Our weapons? Father, are you referring to a duel? Precisely. The rules of the house will not be altered. Traitors must be punished. However, resolving disputes with a duel is also one of our rules, one that also applies to me. Demonstrate a sufficient showing of strength and I shall offer a concession. Wait, beat Father in a duel? Impossible. Father is way too strong, even for Looney. Alright, have a bit more water. Alright, 3-on-1. Make it 4-on-1. Where is it? Did you hear that, Volt? Lenny and the others have to duel the knave. What should we do? Can they really win something like this? If they lose, those people from the house are really going to be executed. Hey, are you listening? Well, now he's thinking about the condition, right? Do make the decision you think will help the House of the Hearth. Right? That's it, right? What else? Is executing them what she really wants? Oh, is he thinking back to the newspaper person? Don't you want to say proper goodbye at least? Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Back then she never actually answered my question. But that makes the answer pretty obvious, doesn't it? Looking at that expression on her face, she seems really serious about this. Guess that means there's no chance she's throwing the duel on purpose, huh? There's no way the knave will lose on purpose, although when guests are around, families are often on their best behavior and any disputes are less likely to escalate. When the time comes, yep, here it is, make the choice that you deem most appropriate in the situation and lend your help to the House of the Hearth. That's it, this. It's gonna be 4-on-1. What's wrong, Volt? Hey, where are you going? Still using Dull Blade. Come on, man. Are we really not going to give him like an actual signature weapon? Maybe at the end of all of this. I'd like to see for myself what the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers can do. Yeah, she ranks higher than the Rooster, so... You're asking to join the duel against the Knave? Hey, I'm the main character. I won't die, right? Otherwise Genshin's gonna stop making money. If the story just ends here. That's okay. Why do I need Paimon's approval here? Oh wait, she's asking her. Never mind, I'm stupid. I'll allow it. We do have a ready-made dueling ring at our disposal after all. All I would advise is this. Keep a firm grasp on your weapon and give it your all. Any less and you may just lose your life. Am I... Okay, well I'm on a decent party right now, I think. I'm on Fight Whale lol. Hu Tao, Furina, Jean, Brit, String Cheese. Yeah. Hu Tao, String Cheese, Jean, Furina. Yeah. In that order. Alright, give me food. I hope the audio is okay. I said that once way earlier in the stream. Ugh, frame rate! Come on, man. Maybe I really should have restarted my game. Oh, goodness, this is terrible. Holy crap. I think I am gonna restart my game, actually. This is really bad. Well, that's awkward. Oh. For yeah. Small intermission. Alright, well, I did turn environment textures down to medium, so hopefully that helps. Otherwise, I'm not really sure why I'm having frame rate issues streaming this, because I think streaming Honkai is fine, performance-wise. Come on, man. Hey, very nice. How many pulls did it take? Oh, frame rate, please. Maybe I should close a few other things. Oh. Well, was it 50-50? Did you win or lose 50-50? Frick, what else should I close? Looking at Task Manager, I don't even actually... Why is this... Huh. My GPU usage is fine. My CPU is bottlenecked. I'm running in 8700K stock speeds. Huh. Well, that's a little unfortunate. It's probably because I'm streaming and recording at the same time. Just in case I want to do something with the recording, because I can actually adjust all the different audio channels and stuff if I ever do anything with it. Whatever. Oh, let's hope it doesn't... it's so bad! It's so bad! Okay, please don't die, June. Where are you? Where's my damages? Is this gonna have Bond of Life mechanics? Over here? Over where? Over what? I'm declaring Bond of... Oh, it is gonna have Bond of Life mechanics. I can't move my camera up or down. Ow! Oh, didn't... Let me switch, please. Thank you. Oh, that's not good. Well, it's a good thing Furina and Hu Tao have a lot of health. Please, I need the energy. Please, I need the energy. Please give me energy. Hu Tao's almost dead. Please, I need the energy. Thank you. Bond of Life and use the charge attack to interrupt. Where'd she go? Oh. I mean, it's only... Okay. Cutscene? Second phase? Center of two worlds, flames, paraware. That pose. That's also... Oh, frick. Excuse me. Let me cheat a little bit, use some food. Where's my regen? Where's my regen? I used to buy these a lot. Just... Oh. Hey, it's Lenny's hat. Give me some more energy. Where'd she go? She went up. Hello. Oh, wait. Is that it? Oh. Back to 24 frames per second animation? Or 30? Aha, it's this scene. It's using the bell? You should know better than to crowd in one place. Oh, I know. And she's not there. Or she blocked them with her bare hands. Yep. Sorry for what? This pitiful excuse for an attack? I don't actually know what sword Lynette is using. Is she gonna kill them, you know? Those two? Come on, you're not from Tavat. You have otherworldly strength, right?
抜け出したのか予想よりも少し強いような
Run Shogun style. Doflamingo? Okay.
だが
Still not strong enough to
私に
beat
は
me.
まだ勝てない
Where'd all your power go? Got sealed away from the sustainer of heavenly principles or something. I believe we can end things here. It's not often that we get to enjoy the company of guests after all. We wouldn't want things to get too out of hand.
お兄ちゃん大丈夫
Brother, are you alright? Linny, given that I am the victor of this duel, as agreed, the punishment stands.
こんな形でお別れすることに
Never
なる
thought the things would end like this. However, everyone involved in the duel demonstrated a remarkable level of strength and determination. In light of this, I'm prepared to change the method of execution. Galore, the bottled flames I gave you for safekeeping, do you still have them? Yes, I wasn't sure what they were for, but I've kept them super safe. I didn't lose a single one. Wonderful. Then in just a moment, I'll have you administer them. Bottled flames. Indeed, they're the product of a secret experiment. Under certain special circumstances, flames can be extracted from my person and preserved. Once ingested, searing pain will spread across every inch of your body. No harm will come to you physically, but your memories will be burned away. Yep, just give them a new identity, I guess. They can start a new life as a different person, basically. If you can withstand the pain when you awake, you'll have forgotten everything you know about the House of the Hearth and will be expelled from the organization. In other words, administering this concoction will kill the version of you that grew up in the house and give you a new identity. Alright, maybe I actually can come up with things for once. I'm usually not really great at analyzing these sorts of things and whatever related to narrative and story. So that means that young man I thought looked familiar, the one selling newspaper outside the Palais Mermonia, he must have been the same horror we saw on the list of executions. He wasn't killed at all. Yeah, if that wasn't explicitly brought up in the dialogue, I wouldn't have noticed. Well, maybe if it did pan to his face with his scar, maybe I would have noticed. I don't know. Probably wouldn't have drawn the connection. Maybe Arlecchino doesn't actually really have a crazy side. I don't know. Maybe Wander is saying that anyone who's seen her true nature goes poof is her doing this. She gives them a new identity, I guess. I don't know, yeah. I was under the impression she does have a crazy side, but I'll just have to see. Memory is a mysterious thing indeed. Losing a portion of your memories will alter your sense of self. No, if my understanding of the knave is right, she really thinks of that as killing him. The horror that lived in House of the Hearth is dead. The one that remains is simply a normal person living out his life with his beloved. Even so, it's much better than actually ending their lives. So you're just letting us go, Father? You misunderstand. Memories are extremely important. Once consumed by flame, the version of you standing before me will die, and our secrets will die with you. So no, I don't intend to just let you go, because you're the person... Because the person who survives will be nothing but a stranger. Even so, I won't have to live in fear anymore. I'm sorry, Father, I'm sorry I let you down, but I really... Don't cry, filial. You haven't left the house yet, so there are still rules to be followed. Yes, remember what I taught you. Anger makes you impulsive, sorrow causes you to waver. Don't let yourself be controlled by your emotions. Of course, I'll remember. Dry your tears and go pursue the life you really want. Yeah, I guess, like, I was wrong about her, from what we're seeing. I guess, Childs and Wander are wrong about her as well, because they just see... Wander at least saw them go poof, I guess, and then... But yeah, really doesn't necessarily mean killing them. It didn't occur to me that it could be giving them a new identity. Oh, fools, Halor. Take them back to fish and bring Linny and the others as well. I prepared 3 extra vials of bottled flames. As for whether to take them, the choice is yours. Goodbye, children. The next time we meet, I will no longer be your father. Thank you for all you've done for the house. I hope you have bright futures ahead of you. Alright. Yeah, I was wrong. I think it was still a reasonable assumption that she did have a crazy side, but maybe she doesn't. Because, you know, like, sometimes you don't know if it's an act or not. Here, grab my arm, Lenny. I'll help you walk back. Thank you. And then now she'll get to talk with Clervy, I guess. Yep. Can we talk now? I've been waiting for a super long time. You really are Perry, aren't you? I haven't seen you in so long. How come you're all grown up? Wait, did I somehow travel to the future on accident, or am I dreaming? Huh? What a long dream. Neither. You died, Clervy. That's what happened. You could have at least sugarcoated it a little. Look, she's stunned speechless. Oh, okay then. Totally normal reaction. Huh, that's it? You accepted it just like that? Yep, if that's what Perry says happened, then I believe her. Perry wouldn't lie to me. Plus, I don't really need to know why I'm like this. I'm more curious about what happens in the future. If you're a harbinger now, Perry, that means Mother is gone, isn't she? Can you tell me about it? I want to know what happened to her, and to me. You never stopped trying to defy fate. At first, no one believed you. You could only vent your frustrations to the moon. In fact, you often sought comfort in the night sky. You wanted to see the aurora, so one night we promised each other we would go see Shinazaya to see it together. Later on, you tried to run away, but you were brought back each time. Mother spared your life, but it wasn't out of kindness. Instead, she decided to make an example of you by slowly torturing you over time. That way, the other children would know what happens to traitors. Still, you never gave up. Mother hoped that through ruthless duel after ruthless duel, she would be able to crown an ultimate victor among the children she raised. But you called on everyone to unite, to fight to a draw in order to reduce casualties. Your efforts may have only delayed the inevitable, but still you gave them hope. You tried everything you could think of, but every attempt ended in failure. Still, you never turned your sword on Kusabina, and you never turned it on me. On that gloomy day you told me, for the last 16 years of my life I've done everything I can to fight for freedom, but now I realized the only freedom I truly possess is the freedom to choose to die. I never imagined I would say something like that. I must have been feeling really worn down. But somehow I still think I understand. According to Mother's plan, only one of us is going to make it until the end, and I always hoped that person would be you. If I could do it all over again, I still don't think I would make a different choice. Even when I first met you, I knew you'd be able to do what I couldn't. Is that so? Even now, I'm not sure I truly understand what kind of freedom you were trying to pursue. But as the head of the House of the Hearth and as the children's father, I've tried to give them the most basic of freedoms, the freedom to choose their own fate. It's something I discussed with the Eudex of Fontaine. The children who want to leave the house will have their memories wiped clean of all secrets pertaining to the organization. In return, they will be allowed to live a normal life in Fontaine without being prosecuted for their past. Of course, I won't simply hand freedom to them on a silver platter. They have to fight for it and prove themselves worthy of it. Only freedom that is earned has true value. That's more than enough. That's exactly the kind of life I was fighting for. You know, Perry, I think you're a pretty amazing king and a really great father, too. I'm really happy that you're the one who took over the house. I guess I do have one regret, though. I still haven't seen the outside world. Well, it just so happens that our dear guests over here have been to many nations and traveled to countless places. Perhaps they would be willing to tell you what the outside world is like. Really? Of course. We've traveled all over the place. We've got so many stories. We could probably talk your ears off for 3 days straight. I'm tempted to just random number generator this one. Whatever. I'll go in order. You know, I used to dream of being a bard, playing the lute while singing Into the Winds of Freedom. Even if there was no one there to listen, I would have continued to sing no matter what. Oh, can I tell the other ones? I can. That's where Mora comes from. I never knew that before. If I had some Mora, I would buy 3 new dresses. 1 for me, 1 for Perry, and 1 for Mother. It's just too bad Perry doesn't like wearing dresses. And Mother, well, she probably won't accept something like that either. I guess I just have to keep them all for me then. I could wear a different one every day. Those yokai you mentioned, what do they look like? I once saw a drawing of this one guy with horns on his head and a super scary face. Are there any yokai like that? How am I gonna forget his name? Yeah, Ito definitely has a scary face, right? That sounds like you're talking about an Oni. We met one and let Paimon tell you, they're not nearly as scary as they look. I was always too afraid to skip Mother's fighting lessons. But at the academia, I bet you could do all sorts of secret things in class, things that have nothing to do with studying. I'm just kidding. Being able to study whatever you want without having to fear for your life actually sounds pretty great. Oh, whoa, what about the... Oh. You tell Clovey about all those areas of the returns to Fontaine, so something. Oh, this is the last one. The situation was super dangerous. Linny and Lynette were accused of committing a crime, and they were going to stand trial at the Opera Epiclese. I know. Oh no! That must have been hard for you all. What happened next? Don't worry, we were able to turn the situation around super quickly, all thanks to Detective Paimon. Shut the frick up! You did, like... I actually can't remember what good conclusions you drew. There was Nouvellette helping out with the tablets, and wait, no, that's 4.2. It was frick. Navia. Yeah, Navia did a bunch of the work. You didn't do anything, Paimon. How'd you do that? Come on, tell me. So, okay, it was like this. After the failed magic show, we rushed to the scene, and Clervy is listening really intently to Paimon's story about our time in Fontaine. She seems really happy, like all her troubles have been forgotten. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been able to truly relax, but I'm not sure how long this moment can last. Shadows don't have the capacity to learn or grow. Any new information they encounter is quickly forgotten over time. As time passes, she'll probably forget everything we've told her and go back to being that scared little girl who could only hide in the shadows. Huh. I was so busy thinking I almost didn't notice the sun has risen. Oh? Cutscene, perhaps?
クリーブ、影の下でハウス・オブ・ハースに抗い続けてきた君。私は執行官、召使いとして処罰を通告しよう。君をハウス・オブ・ハースから追放する。君は家から離れ、ここのルールにも縛られなくなる。
私、家から離れられるの？私もあなたたちから聞いた外の世界を見られるの？忘れてた。もう大人になれないんだ。でも大人になったあなたに会えて本当に嬉しかったよ。
She's about to disappear. Doesn't need Arlecchino to get rid of her. She disappears on her own.
来世で会おう。
クリーブ。
Clervy's gone. Oh, apparently my sister's cat is in the bathroom again. Not supposed to be in there. She left so soon. Pama didn't even get to finish her story. I also have certain sentiments left unsaid. I wanted to tell her that the aurora I saw in Shinezai was just as beautiful as the one in the pictures. But a shadow's memories were set at dawn. Oh. That's how it works? Okay. Just leave it at that, I guess. Had we delayed any longer, we wouldn't have had the time to say goodbye. Whatever regrets may linger, let them be lost to the coming of a new day. What are you doing back here, Lenny? Father. Cough. It's Lenny and the others. Hey, Lenny. It's just Lenny. What do you mean? What's he doing back here? Let's go check it out. Yeah, what others? It's just Lenny. The bottle flames have been administered, the filial and the others have left the house. And you? What have you decided? Thank you for giving us that choice, Father, but we never wanted to leave the house. It's the only home we've ever known. Lynette and Fremne feel the same way. They're recuperating back at the hotel. I can't French. I took 2 years of French in high school and I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Je ne sais pas français. Someone commented the actual proper way of saying it, because I knew that way was the incorrect way of saying I don't know French. But I decided to come back and tell you where we stood. I'm sure you're well aware of the expectations I have for you. I want you to follow in my footsteps and become the next king of the house, yet you seem to have different ideas. I must admit, I'm rather surprised by your decision to stay. There's nothing wrong with choosing to live a quiet life. Leading this organization is a heavy responsibility, one not so easily carried by someone forced onto the throne. I just never understood what you saw in me, what made you believe I was deserving of that throne. You're brave, talented, and most importantly, you cherish your family. Would you do anything? You would do anything to protect them, even if it costs you your life. Speaking of back there was so brave of you, Lenny. It's all thanks to you that we were able to convince Father to back down. You're a hero, Lenny. Hero. Father's the real hero. I think Arlecchino intended to just use the flames anyway, but the duel gave her I keep forgetting the words. It gave her the duel gave her a reason isn't exactly the right word. Whatever. You probably know what I'm talking about. What I mean. Had father gone all out during the duel, there's no way I could have walked away with my life. She must have had it all planned from the beginning, from the very moment she suggested a duel. Yep. I'm not deserving of that title. I'm not strong enough or smart enough. You're wrong. In my opinion, all you need to be deserving of the throne is conviction and the necessary strength to act on it. We may have different ideas of what it means to be family, but you can hardly be said to lack conviction. What you truly lack is strength. For someone of your talent, though, that's something that will come with time. Even without that strength, you still chose to face me in a duel even though the odds are stacked against you. That capacity to honor your convictions is what I truly see in you. Father, no one knows what the future holds, what tragedy or triumph may be in store. Being at the head of this organization requires the strength and will to face whatever comes. Caution will only hold you back. If reaching a certain standard were required to go after what you want, I would have never succeeded in killing my predecessor. Back then, there was still a considerable gap between our abilities. Strength may decide the ultimate victor, but those who let a lack of strength dictate their decisions or undermine their convictions will never be worthy of the throne. I understand, Father. Thank you. Children must grow up to surpass their parents. Only then can a family continue to flourish. The road ahead is not an easy one, so I'll ask you one last time. Are you certain you want to stay? You've done so much for me, Father, and that kindness must be repaid. Plus, with Project Stuza at hand, there are many dangers ahead, and I, for one, don't intend to back down. Protecting my family at all costs, that's my conviction. Then you're welcome to stay. As for Project Stuza, you need not be too concerned. If those cowardly businessmen and heartless dignitaries try to take us down, I'm prepared to teach them a lesson. Having members who longed for the light was our organization's last weakness. With those members no longer hiding among our ranks, the House of the Hearth is like a spider. Hiding in the shadows. We need only wait for our prey to come to us. At present, our imperative is to use their plan to our advantage. In doing so, a crimson moon shall rise amid the frigid blizzards of winter. No demonstration of loyalty shall go unrewarded, and no sacrifice shall be in vain. As for the two of you, whether we meet again as friend or foe, I'll remember the camaraderie we shared in this moment. No matter how arduous the journey ahead, I hope we both reach our desired destination. Oh. Okay. 2 days? Come on. Bro, hurry up. Okay, where do I go now? Didn't Linny say that Lynette and Fremne were covering at the hotel both today? If Paimon wonders how they're doing, maybe we should go check up on them. Lynette, Fremne, how are you feeling? Much better. Oh, what a relief. What about you? Are you feeling alright? No news. What is right as rain? Whatever. I knew you'd come out unscathed. Us, on the other hand, well, we've been bedridden for 2 days. I couldn't even turn over. Oh, and I wanted to ask, is Quirvy gone? Lenny and the other members have left fish and returned to the House of the Hearth. According to him, there haven't been any more sightings of a spirit roaming the house. Father came to check up on us 2 days ago and told us about what happened with Crucibina and Clervy. Actually, I've met Crucibina before. What? You've met the former knave? Crucibina died a year after Clervy. It was during the year between their deaths that I joined the House of the Hearth. Okay, yeah, so before 4.6 released, I actually did look at some of the, a bit of the lore. How I was kind of wondering how Fremine would have known Crucibina, because it looked like, so from the animated short, when Arlecchino killed Crucibina, like, she looked pretty young. She looked like she was still a kid. So now we know that she was 16 at the time, which is still a kid, but legally. But yeah, so Arlecchino would have been, well, no. Clervy was 16. We don't know how old Arlecchino was, but we can assume she was a similar age, so Arlecchino was probably around 16 or 17. So yeah, Fremine joined at that time. Does this say anything about... Crucibina had an extremely cruel and radical way of doing things while she was alive. The atmosphere of the house was suffocating. Yeah. Fremine, I don't know. He was probably like, I don't know, also maybe around 6, 7, 8, who knows. But that means, like, Arlecchino is not, like, that much older. Maybe she's, like, 10 years older. But yeah, Genshin, as I said before, has always been kind of not telling with character ages and stuff. When I joined, though, the experiment she valued so much had already come to an end, and all the people involved, dead and injured alike, were gone. Crucibina never talked about the past with us newcomers. A couple of months after I joined, Father killed Crucibina and burned all her files. With that, the names of all the people subjected to her experiments, Clervy included, were lost to the flames, along with the painful memories they represented. Father took Linny and me a couple months after that, but she never mentioned anything about Crucibina or Clervy. Really seems like something she was planning to keep to herself. The last time we talked to her, did she mention why she kept it a secret for so long? She said she didn't want us to be affected by the darkness of the past. She was worried we developed a false sense of gratitude towards her if we knew about it. The foundation of a family should be free of any corrupting influence. Whatever happened in the past, it has nothing to do with who we are now. That's what Father told us in the end. When I still thanked her for everything, it was only after learning about what Crucibina did that I finally realized how insignificant our lives could have been. The members of the house meant nothing to her. To say that she valued them in any way, even just as a tool, would probably be giving her too much credit. If Father hadn't taken over the House of the Hearth, I probably would have already. Don't think about that. Father rarely brings up the fact that she saved us. She doesn't believe that being indebted to her should be what ties us together. But even if we didn't owe her anything, we would still choose to stay because this is our home. We may have had arguments or times when we feel wronged. Some people may even choose to leave, but as long as Father is here, we will always have a home. Whether the path before us is bathed in sunlight or shrouded in shadow, we'll follow Father wherever she chooses to go. So I wanted to say thank you for helping us make it through this crisis. Without your help, we could have lost a lot more along the way. Oh, we didn't do anything really. Yeah, you didn't. Just invite us back as guests and we'll call it even. Of course, you're welcome anytime. Are filial and non-tool okay? I actually saw them at a cafe this morning. They didn't recognize me. From what I could tell, they were drinking coffee and talking about one of the operas that started running recently. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, if multiple people want to leave and they both take it at the same time, like, do they forget each other as well? It seems like no. But they forgot Linny, so... yeah, I guess somehow Arlecchino made it so that it forgets anything related to the House of the Hearth. But not necessarily the members, the other members that also left. I don't know. Whatever, don't question it. They seemed happy. If I had to take a guess, I would say that they finally found the kind of life they always wished for. That it? Yes, it is. Teleport waypoint. Weekly boss? Where was it? Weekly boss. Right? Yeah. Midlander. Alright. Play my commissions. What? All right. So yeah, I am not gonna pull for Arlecchino. I am saving for C2 furina. Let's just do this. How many do we even have? I don't feel like mathing how many pulls I have. Shangling's kind of the only one. I think that's also the only really good 4-star here, I think. And I'm just not interested in linear Arlecchino. Furina stats. Pretty good. Where was it? It's this thing. This rolled only in crit. I think it also spawned with 4 pieces, but it got low rolls, so at least it still hit 40 crit value. Anyways, since there's actually frick cliffhanger. I hate cliffhanger. Also frick good sign. No one likes good sign either. I'm so glad you can do quests and certain exploration collectibles to not have to do this. Should claim the... Oh, I already claimed it. What am I doing? See my stash. My stash is not super big right now. This only 22 because I used some to pull for this thing, and I've shown it on stream. I didn't say anything about it. I didn't even linger on it because I wasn't trying to. But yeah, that's what happened when I pulled for Furina's weapon. And I'm leaving this. I'm not gonna click on it. I'm just gonna leave it so that as a reminder, anyone who sees and maybe notices, they're just gonna be like, "What the frick?" There's some comic one of my friends sent me. Furina asking Baiju, "Does your snake hurt? Like, does your snake bite?" No, but she can hurt you in other ways. Next panel. Do you like my double matcha donut? Man. I was considering pulling for Baiju at one point, but then I think I decided otherwise since I'd gone Kokomi by that point. What's in here? Is this my... Oh, hello. Alright, yeah. So since this was not actually an Archon Quest update, and I did the main thing for this version, I am going to call it here. Wow, it has been almost 3 hours. That was a long story quest, I feel like. What? Were the other story quests this long? Oh, maybe it's because I'm streaming. I was narrating the dialogue. I don't know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, for joining the stream. If you enjoyed it, consider leaving a like. Maybe leave a comment in the VOD. I don't know. I can't outro. You know, if you've watched any of my videos where I actually say stuff, not my ranked Tetris stuff, you know I go off a script, or you can tell. I just say the same thing and like the same wordy stuff. But yeah, thanks again. See you next time. Whenever I stream, I'll probably stream the next Honkai version. Anyone who plays Tetrio, well, I am not having a good time in Tetrio right now. I'm just not doing good. Yeah. Thanks. Once again. See you next time. Bye.